じゃあせっかくですから大きなプリン作りませんか？せーの。
Yeah, I think I'll just stick with these little guys, thank you very much. Hello my friends, and welcome back to my little cooking series where for today I'm going to take a crack at the dessert of the character whom I think I end up relating the most with. Now, while she may not be my personal favorite cure of the season, I do think I understand what this shy little squirrel girl went through, and hopefully by making her dessert, I'll be able to understand her a little bit more. This is episode 2 of Kirakira Sweets IRL with Himari's Squirrel Pudding. Starting off with the caramel sauce, we've got a long road ahead of us, my friends. Get ready to take note of all of the ingredients involved in this recipe. You guys ready? Okay. It's sugar and water. Quite daunting, right? Yeah, not really. We're not even going to need all this water. Just 2 teaspoons to my 60 grams of ultrafine caster sugar. The rest of it I'm just gonna throw into my electric kettle to boil up. But first we gotta cook down what little sugar and water we got here. I got myself a portable stove just to make recording these videos a lot easier. Don't wanna have to set up a camera on my actual stove and end up with another shaky cam video. Anyway, mix up your ingredients and turn on your stove to medium. Give it time while occasionally gently shaking it. Don't actually stir it unless you want to create molten lava. Again, this process takes time, but just keep an eye on it. A few seconds extra could be the difference between a perfect sauce and a ruined pan. Once it reaches a nice amber color and starts getting really fragrant, kill the heat and take it off. Now very carefully, pour in about 20 milliliters of boiling water. This stuff will bubble up and you might get some molten sugar splashing up, so just be careful. This stuff looks good, so we're just gonna pour it into some ramekins I already buttered up. Try to pour these out as evenly as possible, and these are going into the fridge, which gives me a chance to grab the rest of my ingredients. You're going to need at least a couple more actual ingredients than the caramel. In this case, 3 eggs, 80 grams of sugar, 350 milliliters of milk, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, the recipe doesn't actually call for extract, it actually calls for vanilla oil, which I don't get. Why would you put oil in custard? They don't even include the exact measurements or even use it in the actual video, so what the hell? Still, like salt on your french fries, vanilla will almost always help enhance the taste of your sweets. So I'm at least including half a teaspoon for this recipe. Now then, beat the eggs first and then it's back to my saucepan. This time we're going to boil up the milk and the sugar. Once it starts to bubble, we're just going to slowly mix it into our eggs. Again, we don't want to make sweet scrambled eggs here, so we're just going to slowly raise their temperature little by little. Last, stir in your non-oily vanilla product. Following this, we're just going to send it through a mesh strainer to smooth it out and remove any possible scrambled eggs. And now we're ready to lay all this into the caramel coated ramekins. These go into a 325 degree oven along with about 1.5 inches of boiling water coming up their sides. Let these beauties steam up for 35 to 40 minutes. 40 minutes later and I took them out to cool down a bit before again throwing them into the fridge. Gotta let these chill for at least 5 hours, and just in case, just gonna leave that there. 5 hours later, and before we take them out, we're gonna make the ever-present component in all of these recipes, you guessed it, whipped cream. Standard 100 milliliters of heavy cream and a teaspoon of sugar. For this amount, I'm just gonna use the hand mixer and ice water bath method until we achieve soft peaks. Pull out one of your ramekins that you covered with some saran wrap after you forgot to and already turned off your camera. Oops. Now we're just gonna take a knife to the side and gently turn the bowl. Keep the knife stationary. Make sure it's loose and then turn it out onto your plate and oh my god, that looks good. I swear, I was half tempted to just eat this thing as it is now, but I had to press forward. So I just spooned a little bit of the cream into my piping bag, plopped a little on top, and then gave this little guy a tail. Next up comes everyone's favorite decorating tool, the chocolate pen. But, to be fair, the pure chocolate one comes out relatively the easiest as there's no food coloring or the like that hardens it faster than I can draw with it. So I'm just gonna give this guy some eyes and a nose and some color on his tail. And last up, a half almond for ears, and the classic and most important ingredient of all, the cherry on top. And I gotta say, I'm really proud of this one, guys. I've never made flan in my entire life, so for it to come out this nicely on my first attempt is just shocking. As for taste, while the caramel sauce came off a little strong at first, I probably cooked it a little too long, I gotta say it grew on me. The flan itself was amazing, like eating a cloud. Really, I just wanted to finish this and... Huh, who could that be? Guess it was nobody. Yeah, should have figured that Pudding Thief would be able to find some way to get in here. Nonetheless, this was a great recipe. It's really easy, and yeah, it produces an absolutely amazing sweet. I would definitely make it again, and I hope you give it a shot too. If not for a party, then I'd just be making it for myself. And I'll be sure to eat it as quickly as possible next time, just so I don't have to deal with any certain thieves. Next time though, we're going to be making some frozen treats based around a more musically inclined magical girl, which just so happens to coincide with something else I'm working on. Until then though, farewell for now my friends, and... Ooh, sounds like one of my net traps actually worked. Be right back.